Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A lovely morning to you, and thank you so much for being with us on this very cold Tuesday morning. I must say, just outside my studios it is raining, and I know in some parts of Kampala it could be raining cats and dogs. But of course, when you begin your morning with us, Molen Kenyana gives you the weather forecast of the day. So you move well planned, well secured, because you know your dress code. You know if you're to carry an umbrella or you don't. You find the most convenient means of transport for you to move. But just a reminder, in case you have infants at home, please ensure they are warm, they are safe, because such weather is not very good for them. There's so much flu, cough everywhere, and this could be a problem to your budget at the end of the day. Treatment is becoming very expensive, so keep them warm, keep them safe, and you're good to go. In case you've just joined, I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonitono, and this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Now, this morning we're going to be discussing issues regarding your health and how you look after your tooth. Now, that is oral health. And joining me on set to discuss this is Dr. Tom Masereka, who happens to be a dental surgeon with Max Dental Clinics. Doctor, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chirabo.
Well, I'm very eager to know more about how we can look after our teeth very properly, because most of the times I think people would visit a dentist when they have a toothache.
Exactly.
But under normal circumstances, among the many issues I hear Ugandans talk about, issues regarding tooth checkup, maybe for a certain class of people. But to begin with, when we talk about oral health, for the benefit of our viewer, what are we referring to?
Yes, please.
Don't be scientific.
Yes, please.
Speak to the layman.
I'll try to simplify the scientific terms as much as I can, such that we can all be at par. Mr. Chirabo, I kindly request you to allow me greet our viewers. Good morning, our viewers. And allow me thank UBC for hosting us as Max Dental. I'm not here as Dr. Tom Masereka, but I'm here because of Max Dental being in existence. Max Dental Clinics, if it wasn't in present, I think, and if it wasn't present, if it wasn't in existence, I wouldn't be here. So I would also thank them for being in existence, and I would also like to thank UBC for giving us this space, because when we sit there in our clinics, we don't reach everyone. And UBC being the biggest network in Uganda, if given a chance to be here, I know I'm speaking to millions of people across the country. Thank you, UBC. Thanks for the good programming. So we are here basically, as Mr. Chirabo has said, we are here to talk more about oral health. I understand we have had this all over, but we need to keep our public more informed. We need to keep reminding you, because the reminder is powerful. That's why we believe. Keep reminding you, keeping you informed, keeping you updated. That one will keep us more healthier. So what do we mean by oral health? Oral health refers to practices that aim at maintaining an individual's mouth clean, and in a way that by doing that, we shall be able to prevent diseases that affect all the structures that are in the mouth, including teeth and the soft tissues of the mouth. So what are these practices? Exactly. The practices, whatever we do in life has an impact on our oral health, especially what we eat. That's the major problem, the major factor that has an impact on our oral health, and then the lifestyle.
Two things, what we eat and the lifestyle.
The lifestyle.
Okay, let's begin with what we eat. Are we talking about avoiding cracking bones, opening bottles, using your mouth? Are we talking about avoid eating hard food? Let's begin with what we eat.
Exactly. what we eat. Especially here I highlight the refined sugars, which have a great impact on our teeth. You realize that in the ancient days, people used to have oral issues. Like having somebody getting a tooth decay was history to them. It was not familiar.
People live up to 95 and they have all that.
Yes, my grandfather died with almost all the teeth in the mouth. So what is happening today? The consumption of refined sugars. When I talk of refined sugars, I mean the sugars, processed sugars made from factories. The natural sugars are okay. That one I must say.
These ones you get from sugarcane, mangoes, the natural ones.
Let's talk mangoes, apples. Those are good sugars. But the issue is on refined sugars, which are really so concentrated that, you see, the mouth, God made the mouth like any other body part, that it has the normal flora, the microorganisms that protect it from infections, like any other body part. But the disadvantage we have here with the normal flora, the microorganisms in the mouth, is that they like thriving on what we eat as well. So what with sugars, the refined sugars we are talking about, when these microorganisms thrive on them, when they feed on them, they produce acids. These acids are microacids, which you will not feel that I have acids in my mouth, but they have an impact on the teeth in the way that they will demineralize. They'll make these minerals that keep our teeth stronger, diffuse, like get out of that teeth. Imagine it's happening on a daily or every hour, like people who like snacking and what. Teeth will eventually lose their minerals, become weak, and start breaking, and then forming a hole in a tooth, which we call a cavity. So what I've seen as I practice is that people associate holes in teeth with insects. They'd be like, there's an insect that's eating my teeth, doctor. Imagine, if it was an insect, where does the teeth attack the tongue, which is a bit softer? It's very soft in the mouth. Even the gum is soft.
We've even seen some of these people in herbal medicine who tell you have something, you rinse in your mouth, then pour, and this will fall out.
And that one is not doing us well as dental practitioners, because when you look at the ingredients in those, in the mouthwashes they give our people, they have some pain relieving agents. So you rinse it in your mouth, you had maybe say a toothache, a sensitive tooth, the sensitivity will go and the patient will become comfortable, the person will become comfortable, and they will not go to a dentist. By the time they realize to go to a dentist, it is too late. And it will be too late and too expensive for the patient to save that tooth. So me, I would advise the public, for you to keep your oral, if you want to save your teeth, please visit a dentist regularly. If you get any problem, in fact, I like you women, if you look at the turn-up in our records, women are curious about their health. They get a discomfort, straight they'll go to a dentist. But talk about men, the turn-up is a bit low. So I think many are a bit resilient.
And we are not so much of what your tooth look like compared to the ladies.
Exactly.
Because for them it's additional beauty. Everyone would like a woman with very bright tooth and all that. But for the men, these are things we take lightly. But still going back to what we eat, you've talked about these manufactured sugars.
Yes.
Now, doctor, one would say it has become the order of the day.
True.
You take tea, there is sugar.
Exactly.
You take soda, there's those sugars. Except the water we drink. But you find that anything that you come across, even some medication, for our kids, syrups have this sugar.
Exactly.
It's all over. So how do we can't, I don't want to say we can't avoid them.
Yeah.
I want to believe, I don't know, for my viewers. But these, one will say I don't take sugar in tea. Fine, but you're taking soda. I don't take sugar, but then when you fall sick, maybe the medication you're taking has these sugars. So how do we go about this?
So another point to note is that I will not tell you that we can do without them. What we need to know is what to do after taking them.
Okay.
Because our bodies need sugars. You need that glucose to survive. So what do we do? If you have taken something, a drink, let me say you have taken a soda, which has high sugars. After taking your soda, make sure you consume it within the first 15 minutes, because that's the way that the effect becomes what the first 15 minutes. Make sure after the first 15 minutes, that's when it becomes worse. So make sure you take it very fast. Don't take in bits like I'll keep sipping because I'm in office. You leave it there, sip the whole day. Just know you're exposing your teeth more to the what? To the effect. So what we do, take it with the first 10-15 minutes, then after escort it with water, such that you dissolve those sugars that have remained in the teeth. If you have eaten anything chewable, let me say a cake or bread, they are sticky on teeth. Make sure you brush. I don't know, because the challenge I've seen, most workers have breakfast at workplaces. So you just get out, go to work.
To the canteen? The
canteen. So I would beg, if it would be possible, I will have washrooms. Move your brushes. You can have, make sure your brush has a cover on it. It has a container. You carry it after brush, after taking your teeth, move to the washroom, clean your teeth, go back to your office. That's another way. Then syrups. You said you talked about it. You have taken, given a baby who has already teeth in the mouth.
Because now with these infants, I know they visit. They could be away from the women. They could be the next that you have.
Yes, please.
You go to a kindergarten, nursery school, and the kids almost, everyone who smiles at you, they have tooth problems.
True. And the parents will tell you, my kid has always fallen sick, and we usually give them syrup, and they are right. So what we do, what we advise them is, as soon as you finish giving the baby the syrup, get a clean piece of cloth, clean, if the kid is below 2 years that they haven't started brushing, clean the teeth with that piece of cloth, and then the child we set the child free. Do not let the syrup stay on the what? On the teeth for long. That one, by doing that, we shall save the teeth.
So now, away from what we eat, let's go to lifestyle. Where I find it, sometimes people have a habit, and it's hard for them to move away from it. Which lifestyle are we talking about here that is in danger to our teeth or our oral health?
The lifestyle I was highlighting about the snacking. People move with ice cream, they like taking ice cream, then smoking.
Shisha is now the thing.
Here it's called swag. People go out and take shisha. So most, like, when you look at smoking, it has an ingredient called nicotine, which has a very, very big effect on our soft tissues. It can lead even to cancer, by the way. You have seen people with cancer of the tongue, cancer of the lips. Those tobacco ingredients can lead to cancer. And then people who like ice cream, I shall not tell you that stop it, but you just need to know what to do after taking your ice cream or juice. Yes, please.
Now, you've talked about...
about the practices, I'll talk about using our teeth wrongly. Now, so I've seen people who use their teeth to open bottles of soda, beer. That tooth, the enamel, that outer layer of the tooth is the strongest, but it is fragile. It is brittle. It can break off. Use your teeth. I've seen patients. I've come across patients who have their teeth broken because they used them wrongly. Others opening sodas, others trying to open wires, like the engineers, mechanics trying to open wires using their teeth. And those can cause cracking or breaking of your teeth. So that's a bad practice that we should stop.
Well, we are still discussing oral health. That is how best you can look after your tooth. And with me, I have a dental surgeon with whom we are discussing more of this. Most of the times, we don't go for these checkups, which the doctor recommends, regular checkups, and most for the men, because he said, well, ladies try to, but you're looking at lifestyle and, of course, what we eat as the two common dangers to our oral health. Now, doctor, let's also look at accessibility and availability. One of the things I know, I stand to be corrected, is dental services are quite expensive in this country. if you've not gone to a government facility. For example, someone has wants a refill, there's a cavity, a hole in your teeth, going to a dentist, a reasonable dentist, well, you must part with some good money. One time, someone wanted to have an artificial tooth, and I couldn't believe how much it costed. I'm like, ooh, this is really a fortune to some people. So how do you get affordable? Actually, to be honest, is this available, affordable to the average Ugandan? Or we leave this to those that have been blessed in this country?
Thank you, Mr. Shirabo. Indeed, how affordable is dentistry? That's when, by the way, one of our core values that made us exist as Max Dental Clinics are those factors we have talked about. Are dental services affordable, accessible, and availability? But that's our core value, by the way, exactly the way you have mentioned it as Max Dental Clinics. So what we, indeed, it's like a myth. It's already it's stuck into people's minds that dental services are expensive. What we should know as the public is that the more you delay to go and visit a dentist, the more the dental services become expensive for you. Prevention is really very cheap compared to dental treatment. It's a global issue. If you compare with other countries in Europe, removing a tooth is more than $1 million Ugandan shillings. So globally, it's a global problem. So what I would advise the public is that...
What makes it expensive?
What's making it expensive is that the equipment we use and the materials. If you have been able to move around dental clinics around, you'll find that these machines are really expensive. They are sophisticated machines we use. They are fragile. You have to import them. If you have to buy them around, still they're a bit expensive as well. So that alone makes the treatment now, the consumer, to what? To suffer the consequences. But I would like to thank Ministry of Health, the government of Uganda through Ministry of Health, in that they have set policies of enabling us as health workers who are able to import those equipment from maybe abroad. They have put facilities to make it very easier for us to import them. So I'll give you an example of Max Dental, because that's why I work, Max Dental Clinics. We have been able to import machines, sophisticated machines, in that we can scan the whole mouth of a patient, analyze it, and then make a proper treatment diagnosis, a treatment plan, sorry. So that alone, I give a tick to the government of Uganda. So, and the private partnership, the environment they have put, that now you can set up a dental clinic, serve the public. So I would like to emphasize on this point that, yes, having known that dental treatment is expensive, let's try to observe the preventive measures. How will you know? Don't stay in the comfort of your room and be like, I'm fine.
I don't have any toothache.
I don't have any toothache.
I don't have any problem with
most
my
of the dental problems, by the time we start feeling that discomfort, it has already advanced. But imagine if you visited a dentist and I told you, Mr. Chiravo, this tooth, okay, you're brushing. You told me you're brushing every day, 3 times a day or 2 times a day. There's somewhere you are not reaching. You have come for a checkup. This last tooth is going to decay. Please improve. Then I teach you how you are going to improve on your oral hygiene. I teach you. Don't you think that you shall have made a good point there?
Very interesting.
That thing will happen to that too.
Now, on that, allow me to go for a break, so that when we come back, we also look at, if it is possible, how would one brush? Let's return.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending into Entebbe Airport. For those proceeding to Kampala City, the biggest event in East Africa is in town.
That's right, the East African Business Expo 2023 is happening from the 23rd to the 26th of March at Kololo Grounds. Join us to network, connect, and grow. Contact us for exhibition or sponsorship opportunities. The 14th East African Procurement Forum and Business Expo 2023 is hosted by PPBA.
Now sit back and relax. It's time to explore great business opportunities.
A logical, deeper conversation.
How many teachers in Uganda did you consult? But there's a mistake we are making.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Which is good.
We went to this school, we ran it to Western, we ran it to Northern, we ran it, then you come.
Isn't that an achievement?
Objective and non-partisan.
Honorable Minister, there were a number of points. I want to start with you.
Straight from the hearts of open-minded men and women.
Money tends to move faster at night. So when people are not counting,
Don't take it for granted.
Candid and authentic.
Because Uganda is not Thailand.
That's not correct, and we should stop that kind of mentality. So what I'm saying
That's
is,
a trick question. Don't answer.
I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
Tell him you speak Luo.
I think that's where we are beginning to have a problem.
I think what is going to kill the parish model are all the misconceptions on how it's supposed to run.
I know that the Prime Minister is listening.
Behind the headlines.
Charles, let us agree. We liberalized the economy.
We are several nations put it together.
Why don't you appreciate that?
What if it fails?
I'm happy
And
to
he's
answer.
a good lawyer because Amin is not in power.
The parish development committee is functional. It is there. That there is a parish chief, that the beneficiary is doing.
So we look at expenditure. We don't look at revenue. And that is the challenge we are giving them from Minister of Finance.
Your fountain of new knowledge, flowing into the mass body of knowledge.
First get the knowledge of Bukedia, how they want to be modernized.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
You return money to the treasury, which is meant for the people.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Uganda Water and Environment Week is back. Join us as we deliver value internally and externally by promoting a multinational integrated approach that links all sectors of water and environment, and also explore and deliberate on the water and environment resources to climate resilience. The week commemorates 3 sector days of World Water Day, World Forestry Day, and World Meteorological Day. The Uganda Water and Environment Week will take place from 12th to 17th March 2023 at the Ministry of Water and Environment headquarters in Luzira, under the theme Water and Environment for Climate Resilient Development.
Uganda Water and Environment Week is organized by Ministry of Water and Environment through the Water Resources Institute with support from development partners.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that short break, and thank you so much for being with us here on UBC TV. It is Good Morning Uganda Extra, an extension of Good Morning Uganda. But just remind you, every weekday, whether it's raining, it's shining, it's a bright or dark morning, we are here to kickstart your day and spice up your morning. So kindly make it a date with us. Every weekday, Good Morning Uganda is live on UBC TV. The mighty team is there to kickstart your day. A lot of current affairs, a lot of light moments, analysis of what is happening, so you can't afford to miss our full meal. And of course, later we have this extension, which runs up to 10. I'm with a dental surgeon, and we are discussing issues regarding oral health. Now, before I went for a break, you mentioned something that I found very catchy, which is how one would brush their tooth. When you talk about someone that, yes, you brush regularly, but it seems there's a certain part of your mouth that you don't get to. I've seen some, they're more of hurting their gum, assuming they're brushing. Then I've also seen others, of course we went through school, and sometimes maybe you're on a training and you share a bathroom with someone in terms of brushing. Someone just opened their gum and then And then you keep on asking yourself, what happens to that tooth here and here? Because you seem to just open your teeth and brush just around here. So doctor, how, if you can demonstrate in any way, how would one brush to know that it's been done very well, they have cleaned their tooth?
Okay, please. Thank you, Mr. Chirabo. How and when would one brush? My first concern is, what would you use to brush? We can use a toothbrush. That's obvious. Yeah, I've experienced some. Practice is so interesting. Is that you handle people of different class. Person will come to you, a doctor, I can't afford a toothbrush. What can I do?
I can't afford a toothbrush. I thought that those are.
I'm using a stick.
500 shillings.
So to tell you, I'm using a stick. I lost my toothbrush. Now I've taken a week without brushing. I haven't bought it.
Doctor.
People have priorities.
Doctor.
Yes, please.
Those that use sticks, I want to believe maybe they have grown up and they feel that's the right way.
That's another, by the way, it's another perspective.
Because
it can be that way.
Issues regarding your mouth. 500 shillings, you can get a toothbrush.
True. They're there.
But there are those I know who are rich to that kind of stick.
Like me, I'm used to a stick, doctor. A stick is good, yes. But there are some points you will not reach with that stick when you're cleaning your teeth. The stick will clean properly the outside. But when it comes to the inside, you cannot manipulate it well inside to clean the inside part of the teeth. In fact, if you look at them, they have clean teeth outside, but look at the inside. There's a lot of food packed on them. So that's for adults. At least babies. In fact, most questions we experience that, when should I start cleaning teeth of my baby? We say clean as soon as the first tooth erupts in the mouth. Start cleaning. How? You can use a small piece of gauze, clean one. First, make sure you first wash your hands before you clean this baby's mouth, because you can easily infect them. Or a cloth, if you can't get a gauze, with cotton cloth, clean around that. The two benefits, one or two, clean them, because decay can start at any time. Adults, toothbrushes, that's the recommended. Use a toothbrush and toothpaste. A toothpaste that has fluoride. Do not substitute toothpaste with soap. Mr. Chirabo, I've had people who clean using soap. They be like, when I use toothpaste, I feel like my teeth are not clean. No, you are doing a disservice to your teeth. A toothpaste contains minerals like fluoride, which will keep your teeth stronger. So you use any other others use charcoal. Others use...
I've seen so many using charcoal.
Others use ash. Yes, by the way, charcoal can clean your teeth and they become glossy white. They're glittering. But they have an effect on your teeth. They are going to make that outer layer wear off. With the time, your teeth will become sensitive.
But I've also seen people who go and they brighten their tooth.
That one should be recommended by a dentist.
They go to a dentist. If I want my tooth to be a bit of sparkling white and all that, then I can come to a dentist, and I don't know what they use. Then I'll come out and...
Surprisingly, like 8 out of 10 patients who have come to me for whitening, they confuse whitening and cleaning. Your teeth are not looking nice because they have some hardened food particles on them. If I clean them, they'll regain their natural appearance. And there are those, maybe they have been smoking shisha, cigarette, soot has stained their teeth, and when I clean them, they become nice. And people take a lot of coffee. Can still, coffee, chocolate, tea can stain your teeth. You come to me, I take off those stains, your teeth will gain the natural color. And by the way, the normal color of teeth is not pure white, like white as snow. No. Why? Because the tooth has 3 layers. The outer layer, the one we see outside, is a transparent layer, which you can see through. Not clearly, but at least you can see through. Then the second layer is yellow in color. Then the third is the pulp, That's where the blood vessels and nerves are. So remember the first layer is transparent, which is enamel. Then the second layer is dentine, which is yellow in color. So imagine that color on a transparent layer. So it automatically has to show through. That yellowing has to show through the what? The transparent outer layer of that tooth. So the normal color of tooth is cream white. You should have that creamish appearance on your teeth. So people think, that's the myth, that people think the teeth are supposed to be pure white. It's not. In fact, if somebody came to me with pure white teeth, I would get scared. It would look weird with them. Yeah, so that's a myth that I'm trying to clear. Then we are talking about the toothbrush. Which toothbrush should you use? The toothbrush should be not too soft. It should be soft, but not too soft. It should be hard, but not too hard. It should be intermediate. At the head is this part, the part that holds bristles. It shouldn't be so big. If it's too big, it will limit the movements. As you move it around the teeth, it will become too hard for you to reach some points, especially the last two teeth, because it will be too big. And usually the last two teeth are a problem to many people. Exactly. They're the most decayed. So the brush we use, it should have a head that is not too big. Or if you can't tell which size of the head should I use, visit a dentist will tell you that, man, according to the size of your jaw, this one will work for you. Yeah. And that brush should be changed at least between 2 to 3 months. Oh. Yes. We don't use a toothbrush from Christmas to the next Christmas. That one, no. Then, even if the 2 months have not yet elapsed, but the bristles, these brushing parts of the teeth are scattered, even if you have used it for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, please throw it away. Because as they scatter, you may never control them as you brush your teeth, end up hurting your gum. So now how do I move the toothbrush? How do I move the toothbrush? Sorry, I did not bring the model, but let me try to explain using myself. I'm your model now. But the most technique I've seen people using, I think it is self-taught. They brush like back forth. That technique is dangerous to our teeth, that as does not help our teeth so much, because you are just rubbing all over. It's like you are pushing food from the surface, this outer surface, to the in-between. You are not allowing it to get out of your teeth. So we recommend, that one is dangerous, because at some point it will damage the teeth at the neck level, where the gum meets the tooth. Yes. If you brush like that, you'll end up losing that surface, because that part is a bit weaker. It can easily be damaged, and you'll feel that there are some depressions at the gum level that have been formed. It's a bit of blood. They become sensitive. When your teeth become sensitive, in most cases, we have realized that it's due to brushing technique, poor brushing technique. You are using a lot of force, or you are using a hard toothbrush to brush. So we recommend that brush around, moving around. Round. That's what this helps us to. As you move around, you're massaging the gum as well as pushing food out of the teeth. And you are being gentle to the gum, meaning you will not hurt it. So the other technique, if that one is, you can combine them. This vertical brush, hold your bristles like so, move around. That one will not also harm your gum. Then the inside here, remember from canine, this long teeth is a bit constricted. If you brush like horizontal, like you hold it like that will not enable you to clean tooth by tooth. So what you do, hold your brush like so and brush like this. That's from this to this. Then the inside still the same, move round or move like that. Then these other lower teeth still brush around or you get. Then from these canines, because we say that part is constricted a bit, your brush may not move there properly. So you brush like Next time I come with a model and I demonstrate properly, and avoid excessive force as you move your brush around, because you're not removing
metals.
You're not cleaning a saucepan. These are teeth that have food that you have eaten. So just move gently. 2 to 3 minutes are enough for you.
I love the word gently. I've seen people brush and you can even feel someone as if someone is strangling them.
Yeah, you can even hear them.
They choke themselves and, well, what is happening in that bathroom? Is there someone? What's happening in the sink? Then when you look at the energy.
That energy. It's so dangerous.
So dangerous.
So let's be gentle. We're just, for heaven's sake, we're just removing food that you have just eaten. So you don't need a lot of force.
Well, very interesting information here regarding oral health, how you look after your teeth. But doctor, in the interest of time,
yes, please.
I'm also intrigued to learn more about Max Dental Clinic. For example, recently I saw you people open up a number of branches, and one of the things I was like, how is business doing? Are Ugandans now awake to oral health and new trends in oral health? You know, when we see branch, does this mean this is an area where we've done enough sensitization, or are cases of oral health increasing?
Yeah, indeed, the cases of oral health are increasing. That's very true. And as I told you about our mission, Max Dental, we are looking at enhancing accessibility, affordability, and quality. Highlight quality. Because we realized that there was a big gap. In fact, by the time we started, we got that idea of coming up with Max Dental. We first worked with various hospitals, various clinics around. Then we were like, by the way, why can't we come in and bridge this gap? We realized that there was a deficiency. We started with one clinic, one from Natete, worked for some few months. We're like, no, let's put another branch in Nankulabi. So as we realized that technology is leaving us, we're like, let's begin up another branch, which is going to be like a main branch in Nakasero around Lumumba Avenue. We put it there, and that clinic has high-tech machines. We have a pediatric clinic, because we realized that kids have to get special care as well, and they have these issues. It's fully fledged with a conscious sedation machine. You know, we need to have this kind of treatment, like a kid. You know, a kid can always fear anything. And by the time they enter dental clinic, they're already nervous, scared, crying. Most of them have had previous poor dental history. They have that bad history around them. There was injected somewhere, too much pain. So like, let's bring a conscious sedation machine whereby we administer a particular gas to a kid. Anxiety goes away. We work on them when they are at peace. They are not sleeping, but they are okay. They feel okay. No anxiety at all. So we imported in that machine until we have it, and then we brought in some CBCT machine which can scan your mouth, and we analyze tooth by tooth. And your joints, people come with joints, a problem with that. Their joints, all those we can assess them properly. We have a dental lab with good quality machines like Cadicam. In fact, it's a one-stop center where you come, receive your treatment. We don't send you out go for an X-ray. No, the X-ray machine is there. It is 3-in-1. Yeah, so we have tried to bridge that gap, and we believe that through the support the government has put us, that environment that has facilitated the private partnership to come in and give a hand. We know we are going to open more branches, not only within Kampala, but we shall spread across the country.
Well, we pray that we see more, that is Max Dental clinics countrywide. And when you talk about ensuring you extend services and affordable and quality services, you know, in Uganda, issues of health happen to be very challenging. Sometimes you lack equipment, sometimes you lack the people, sometimes they're very expensive. But as I let you go, what is your parting shot?
My parting shot. Please do not neglect oral health. My people go to a dentist when they get, most people, out of 10 patients, at least 9 will come when they have an issue. Please, let's not neglect dental checkups. Have it a routine. At least visit a dentist every 6 months. Should you have 2 or 3 teeth cemented in your teeth, you are already a high-risk dental culprit or patient. Make sure you visit a dentist at least every 3 months, because that cement can easily get a problem. So at least every 6 months, visit a dentist. Also, advise you to go do the routine, professional dental cleaning. Because as we brush, there are some points we don't reach with our brush. But me as a dentist, when you come to me, I'll be able to clean each and every part of your tooth. And the other thing is, let's not forget brushing. At times, we overwork and leave work when we are tired. When you reach home, have your supper, sleep. You are doing a disservice to your teeth. You'll get dental problems. So please, let's at least brush twice a day, minimally twice a day. Research has showed that if you brush at least twice a day, you'll be able to keep your oral health up to standards. So let's brush morning, after breakfast, and at night when you are going to sleep. It's the most important one, at night, such that whatever you have eaten throughout the day, lunch, what, cannot stay in your mouth overnight. That one is key. Max Dental is waiting for you. In fact, we made it a policy that for us, Max Dental, once you become our client, you can receive free dental checkups for entire year. You pay consultation once, then you can come in anytime for a checkup.
Okay.
For entire year. From the time you have reported, say you have come today, today is what? 14th, right? We receive your treatment up to 14th next year of March.
Very interesting. That is Dr. Tom Masereka, who happens to be a dental surgeon from Max Dental Clinics. Thank you so much for your time and of course that information. Well, among priorities must be oral health. Make sure you go for these regular checkups, because prevention is better than cure. It can be cheaper when identified while it is still at an early stage than when you have to lose a tooth. All this is going to be a very expensive surgery done on you. Have a lovely day. God bless you. See you tomorrow.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.